guy you could tell because we can go to a room together and he's just no. I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Super nice guy, and he's so not afraid.
You wrecked your car. It was a whole thing. It was on the news. Like I saw that. You know, Heffron. You watched the news and saw him pilot out of a crashed car, right?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
No,
when I was talking to him, I was positive I saw it.
And he guessed from when he was a little kid up to now, he's just into MMA and just kind of did his thing. And then he's like, he wanted to go to school, and now he's 18.
You got choked out by Jonathan Lipnick.
I remember that day, I could not, that night, I'm back at my house, and I'm telling my wife, I go, you know who just beat my ass? But he was cool about it. He was like, there's guys that are kind of douchey. They're like, dope, bro, we're fighting. He was like, just you do it, and then he'd go slower, and I'm like, dude, killing me.
Tell me about when you got Kimura'd by Punky Brewster.
Yeah, that was tough. That was.
Tell me about when Six got you from.
Yeah, that was
when Steve Urkel.
Yeah, when he got me.
He got you in double.
He's got me a double leg. Yeah, and
it was a double grapevine. It just really you tapped out because your groin hurt. He just got you in double grapevines, and he didn't even know when he moves. Just the grapevines were in so deep.
But it's funny how like you see somebody as what they used to be. Like even though he's a grown kid, I would not let my brain have him be anything but the kid from Jerry Maguire.
Well, it was an iconic child. It's like
but it's weird, like
Culkin.
Living in LA, you could go to the grocery store and you'll see somebody who was on an '80s sitcom, but you're so used to seeing them young. That when you see them 30 years older, you're like, oh, that's right. You're not, you're not the young chick from Charlie's Angels.
Jonathan Lipnick, he drives this truck that's coming down the street right now.
Yeah, he's coming to...
That's the choke out
He's going to get out, choke me out, give me a random quote. I told him that. I go, as you choke out people, you should just say random quotes. That should be like your evil Batman villain thing.
Hi, Jerry.
Just as he's choking them. You talk too much. Yeah, whatever.
Or I like to think a girl, you're in with a girl, it's a gi, it's a match, gi or no gi, you guys are rolling with the gis on, you just hear, Blossom, motherfucker. Blossom choking you out. I'm Blossom, bitch. What's up? I'm Blossom.
As you're going out.
You just hear, Blossom, motherfucker. What's up?
What if that worked if he choked you out and then you woke up and there's somebody else, somebody else jumps in, you're like, did Jerry Maguire? No, he doesn't even train here.
This is a Puerto Rican guy.
I swear to God, the kid from Jerry Maguire, that's the last thing I saw. Are you okay? Did you buy a VCR? Do we need to take you to the hospital? What's the matter with you?
I bought a stone tablet and a bird from the Flintstones to type it out for me. That's how far back I went in technology.
I should set up a fight between Lipnicki and Bonaducci.
Bonaducci would kind of kill everybody. Because you can't teach rage.
Danny Bonaducci is scar tissue and is a scary human being. Like when you spar somebody, when you're like, they're not going to really... Danny has a thing that just makes me realize if anything actually went down and a madman was coming at me, I would pee my pants. He's a scary human being.
Right?
He's scary.
Really?
Yeah.
He would beat everybody, right?
I don't think you can kill him.
He smokes like Marlboro Reds 100s. Like he smokes constly.
When I did radio with him,
drinking and just
he got sick once. He had 2 patches, nicotine stuff you shoot up your nose, gum, and something else to try to quit smoking.
Just smoke. I see a lot of old smokers. I've never seen an old fat guy in my life. I've never seen like a 600-pound, 80-year-old guy. Like when I go to the old folks' home or if I go to the hospital because Graham's in there for something, I've never seen like a 400-pound fucking 80-year-old wheeling himself down the hallway. You know what, though? I see a lot of old people ducking out for cigarettes.
I watch Danny, and now he says this in his book, so I'm not talking out of school here. This is back in the early 90s when ecstasy was...
legal.
Becoming popular. Like, no one did it. The rave scene was only, like, gay guys in Los Angeles.
And as we started to roll, different kind of roll, somebody goes, this takes all the liquid out of your spine. I'm like, why would you tell somebody that? Wait till the next day. Let me feel how my spine feels.
Yeah. It depletes.
It takes all the liquid out of your spine. Like, wow, thanks for crushing my high.
I saw Danny, and he admits this back in his party days. I saw him do 15 hits of ecstasy. Like, you don't understand how much that like. And I looked at him. I go, Danny. I go, if you're ever taking pills and you become full. You've taken too much.
God damn, that's funny. You gotta do that on stage.
No, I never, but that was an honest thing.
You gotta figure out a way to make that sentence happen on stage. You have to.
Like, it's not.
Oh, my God.
And we were at, his wife called the show. God, Gretchen was so mad.
Oh, that is so...
He was.
You gotta figure out... You gotta write an entire bit, like, I don't know,
15.
steroid guy, like somebody at the gym that's taking all those vitamins and
15 pills.
You gotta figure out a way to do that. It's so funny.
Yeah, I don't know how you didn't die. That just shows how indestructible that guy is. And now he's clean and sober and all that stuff.
God loves drunks.
Yeah.
Like, you get a DUI and, like, the fucking passenger dies. You kill 3 people in the minivan. The cop's hip shattered his hip. The drunk gets out and walks to the hospital and goes, yeah, I just killed 4 people.
Right.
God loves drunks. When you're on the road, which show... I was going to ask you this earlier. I just got so sidetracked because it's so fun. Which show, Thursday to Sunday, which show is it that fills you with the most... and I'm not saying there's a rational fear to this, but which show and which night do you get filled with the most dread and angst? Is there one?
Yeah, you know what's weird? It's weird. I don't know if this happens with you, how it comes up randomly. Like, for me, there's no rhyme or reason. Like, it's weird. You can do a Tonight Show.
Mine's the same all the time.
Okay, like, I could do, let's say, a Tonight Show. Really, my heart rate doesn't
on
move.
The road.
Move?
When you're doing, like, you know, the Comedy Works in Denver, and it's a Thursday, 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, and a show Sunday.
Probably that's...
Hold on 1 sec. Let this thing go by. What night... Like, I'm saying, like, Thursday there's a show. Like, you're at the Comedy Works in Denver. Thursday there's a show. 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday, 1 show Sunday. In that weekend, is there a time...
I would probably say, for me, the one that I would get a little weird about is second show Friday.
Yeah. Is
probably now becoming my... But I'm getting late, like...
For me, it's Friday. Why is that?
Some cities, you still do 3 shows Saturday.
That's
and there's a point where it's just not enjoyable, because I sprint, like... I talk nonstop for 50 minutes. Very rarely do I get water. So when you have 3 shows, I think everybody gets cheated because you're saving something for the swim back. You know, just mentally.
Yeah.
You know, where you're like, well, I like to, you know. But that's second show Friday. Well,
second show Friday is notoriously horrible because people have been drinking since they got off work.
Yeah. Or you hit the lull. If you go up like us, if you're the last guy, they drink and then they've been up since 6. And they crash.
Sometimes you hit the lottery. You hit the lull or you hit the lottery. Where second show Friday, they just are in a rocket ship.
Do you find people? Do you get a lot of hecklers?
No, almost none. But I tell them when I start, I'm not going to pick on anybody.
Yeah,
because when I look down in the front row, they seize up. They get freaked out, like because I'm like, what a horrible thing to like eye contact. Paralyzes you because you think I'm gonna go nice fucking face, fat. So like,
especially if you work with somebody who's confrontational, which I'm not. Where I'll try to. Very rarely do I get heckled, and hopefully I didn't just jinx myself by saying that. But I usually now I watch Louis C.K.
You'll fight the whole row.
I'll take off my. I watched Louis C.K. in San Francisco preparing for a special. I was at Cobb's and he was at the other place, and I'd go and he'd do a midnight show, and a guy heckled him or said something. And he handled it in about 3 seconds. Because I think when you're a new comic, you have your stock deal with heckler lines that you can't wait to say. But the other way, like he did it, is this isn't enjoyable for me talking to you like this. See how this stopped the thing? So we're done. And that was it. And it was almost like your dad was talking to you. But man, nobody said anything. So I enjoy doing that. Or if I get heckled, I'll go... You notice nobody else was saying anything and you felt the need to shout out. So there's something in your life right now that needs to be heard. Let's talk about you for a second. And I'll just psychoanalyze them. And boy, that scares everybody.
I'll do that if they keep at it. Usually if they yell out, I'll go, hey, don't call out, man. I don't want you to get thrown out, bro. Let's be cool. Be cool. And then, like, that's it. That's all I give them. Because I've told them, like, somehow we're allied. We're allies. Like,
right.
Hey, like, oh, hey, bro, don't call out. I don't want you. Like, they'll fucking throw you out. You and I are cool. We're having a good time, but don't call out. They'll throw you out. Let's just stay cool, man. And then I'll just turn, like, and I'll just talk to another part of the room, and I'll circle back around and make eye contact. But if they keep going, I'll say, you have to be quiet.
I don't know if that's getting old after doing it for so long, but it just doesn't interest me to have that battle.
No.
I mean, I could.
I look at them and I say, like, you have to be, like, I don't have any jokes. I say, you have to be quiet. You have to stop. You just have to stop.
Yeah.
I guess maybe that's like the dad thing, like you said.
Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, that's not how I
used to have
be.
like the hey, I don't.
Hey, I don't come where you are. What are you? Who are you with? What do you do? Like, I don't.
Hey, look, he wore his good hat.
You're not factored in, guy. Yeah,
he's good. Thanks for wearing shorts. Thanks for dressing up tonight. Hey, I don't. I'm gonna go to the trailer park and kick over your house.
Yeah. I don't. That just doesn't do anything for me. It's funny when other people do it.
Bring an idiot, get in free night. Is that what happened here?
Hey, what's the thing? And then it's
kid. Hey, you want to go get fucked up? Okay, all right. I turned into Rodney in the middle.
Maybe it's just laziness, not wanting. I don't
think it's laziness. It's you realize you're a sprinter. You said, that's why.
And my ADD kicks in. So if I'm going blah 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 da, 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 and then I get to then my whole act is really I try to get people to feel something, and then the jokes come second. So that's my little you remember how I made you feel. I felt. I pull out that Play-Doh. I pass around Play-Doh.
I feel it.
I have a butterfly collection and a beetle collection that I let everybody.
How do you guys feel?
We dissect a frog.
Yeah, feel it. It's a visceral response.
It's good. It's nice.
Inside of an animal.
It's kind of. This is a hologram.
Remember the tubes of wrapping paper you yell through?
And then I go back up to my PowerPoint. But then when I really want him to remember, I talk low.
Because you're a sprinter, I'm on the same page with you. You said you got to save something for the swim back, but you never let the audience know that you got a reserve tank for the swim back. They think it's 100 the whole time. But if I'm swimming, I don't want to grab shit that's heavy.
Yeah.
I don't want to grab you by the collar if you're going to fucking pull this shit under. So I'd rather just tell you, fuck off, get away from me, I'm swimming, and just keep swimming and act like it never happened.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, just shake them up. Well, for me, I do now, I've been working on literally one bit. I start with my family in the car. 50 minutes later, we arrive to where we're going. And then through that, we go on a side thing, come back in. So just something from my own enjoyment. I literally try to do my act like a movie.
Yeah.
So here's the thing, blah, blah, blah. And then in the middle of the thing, I throw a big twist at you. So somebody that having to stop and talk to the dumb chick texting or that, it just, what's not, I just don't have time. What I have to say, you guys will really, really like, and she is not a factor in this.
Yeah.
And I just don't, I don't know.
Last time I got heckled bad was at Motor City Casino in Detroit. And I was doing Norm Macdonald. But the thing about the Norm Macdonald impression is you're at
the Motor City Casino in Detroit.
Hey, man, I'm down. I love the D.
Yeah.
But I'm doing Norm. But the thing about a Norm impression is you have to ramble and circle it back around. It's got to get a little uncomfortable.
Right.
And I was doing Demi Moore. Oh, my God. Demi Moore went to the hospital for that exhaustion there, Exhaustion. Oh, my God. You know where I go where I'm exhausted, John? Home. I went where I'm tired. I went to the hospital. And it's this whole long thing about being on a construction site. And me and my friend John and Eric, hey, what do you say after work? We go to the emergency room to rest, and I just keep going and going, and right next to me, right there, she goes, "What the fuck is he talking about?" And I go, "There's always one cunt, And I did it in the impression, and that person emailed me on my website and said, "I was the cunt. That's sorry, funny. But I was really confused." And everyone explained to me what was happening after the fact.
What was the maddest that you've ever gotten on stage? You know how
easy question. Peter O'Fallon, director of Suicide King, came to see me at the Laugh Factory because everyone had signed off for me to play Brett in Suicide Kings except one producer.
Right.
And one producer just says, "I don't see it." So they come to see me, and I say to Peter O'Fallon, at the Laugh Factory, I'm there Friday at 11, Saturday I'm 1, which means 2.
Right.
And he goes, "I'll come Saturday." I go, "Ooh. It's going to be way better Friday."
Right.
And he goes, "I got my kids. I don't know what to tell you." You just can't argue with the kid card.
Right.
So him and the producers are in the upper deck at the Laugh Factory, and I'm talking, and I'm drunk. And somebody threw ice not unprovoked, somebody threw ice and hit me in the eye, in the face. And I went out into the audience, a lot like Danny Bonaducci, to fight people in the audience.
Right.
Who the fuck threw that shit, man? Because that to me was
Yeah.
You've got to be.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can yell.
One of the first rules in life is not to throw something at somebody.
No throwing.
Yeah.
Share.
You almost learn
Share.
that, and then biting comes next.
Yeah.
You shouldn't bite random people or throw stuff.
You need to go to bed now.
Yeah, it's
bedtime. You're tired.
That's level one human being.
That's why you're crying. You're tired.
Yeah.
And so I went through the audience going, "Who fucking threw it?" Like a crazy person.
Yeah.
And guys were standing up just to protect. Because I'm like next to their table, and they're, you're with your old lady, and the guy's going, "What?" You would stand up just to make sure I don't fucking knock you down.
Yeah.
But every guy that stood up, I thought was standing up like, "I fucking threw it." I'm like, "Did you?" And I just went like, there was like about 14 people. I'm lucky, like one of those guys didn't go, "Get the fuck," and just drop me. Like, get the fuck away from me, you wacko. And then after that was the angriest I've ever been on stage. And then after that show, because a lot was on the line, I was at the Valet, and guy you could tell because we can go to a room together and he's just I did the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Nope.
Super nice guy, and he's so not afraid.
You wrecked your car. It was a whole thing. It was on the news. Like, I saw that. Heffron, you watched the news and saw him piling out of a crashed car, right?
Yeah.
I'm positive.
No,
I was talking Punky Brewster.
Yeah, that was tough. Yeah, that was.
Tell me about when Six got you from.
Yeah, that was
when Steve Urkel.
Yeah, when he got me.
When he got you in double.
He's got me a double leg. Yeah, and
it was a double grapevine. It just really you tapped out because your groin hurt. He just got you in double grapevines, and he didn't even know when he moves. Just the grapevines were in so deep.
But it's funny how like you see somebody as what they used to be. Like even though he's a grown kid, I would not let my brain have him be anything but the kid from Jerry Maguire.
Well, it was an iconic child. It's like
but it's weird, like
Culkin.
Living in LA, you could go to the grocery house, and I'm telling my wife, I go, "You know who just beat my ass?" But he was cool about it. He was like, there's guys that are kind of douchey. They're like, "Dope, bro, we're fighting." He was like, just you do it, and then he'd go slower, and I'm like, dude, killing me.
Tell me about when you got Kimura by. No, I was positive I saw it.
And he guessed from when he was a little kid up to now, was just into MMA and just kind of did his thing. And then he's like, he wanted to go to school, and now he's 18.
You got choked out by Jonathan Lipman.
I remember that day, that night, I'm back at my